Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Ann at Martin House Flowers. Boy, it's a hot, humid week this week. We've been hitting the 90s, and more than anything, like even this morning, it's just hitting 80, but it is so incredibly humid. Welcome to the Midwest. My mother-in-law is here from California, and they hit, 90s and 100, but they don't have the humidity. I have already soaked through my first shirt of the day. I'm on my second one, and I can promise you that I will be covered in sweat by the time we finish this one container. So in any case, in today's video, we are going to remove our sweet peas. As you can tell, I'll give you a close-up view of it, but the sweet peas have gone over, they've dried up. I'm going to try to collect some seeds. I've never done that in the past, but some of them are looking very ready to collect. I'm just going to put them in the little tray and then maybe leave them in the greenhouse to dry. And then we're going to plant up a few annuals. And I did try this Mandevilla last year and did try to overwinter them in the greenhouse. I wasn't very successful because we gave up on heating the greenhouse. It was too expensive, but I loved the growth of this. It loves heat. And as well, I've got the Proven Winner sweet potato vine I picked up at Lowe's in their clearance rack. This is the Sweet Caroline Raven. So I have two Mandevillas in white for each container, one of the Raven potato vines and two small Dichondra silver falls that will trail over. So I'm trying to create a little bit of a moon garden here on the patio, because if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that I have a ton of color in my cut flower beds just a few feet away, and I wanted to create something cool and relaxing for the evenings that we're sitting out on the patio. Hopefully we'll get to sit out in the patio soon. Hopefully this humidity and heat passes. We've had a lot of rain overnight, but it's already super hot and humid. So I'm going to attempt to get this one container filmed today, and then over the period of the day, hopefully you get some shade back here, I will continue to do the other two. So thanks for joining me today. So this is just an up-close view of what happens at the end of June, almost July. Last year, it was about the same timing. I water these containers daily. I've been cutting on them daily, but it's just time. Even after cutting daily and making bouquets, adding them to my bouquets at the market, it just naturally goes to seed when it's ready. And so I'm looking here and feeling, you can see the seeds. I don't think these ones here are ready. We will try. I mean, let's open one up. No, they're definitely not ready because I can push and squeeze the seeds. So this is the unfortunate thing, is that when it's time to remove them, sometimes the seeds aren't ready. So I'm trying to see if I can find, like in something like this, is there a seed? Well, we're going to take a look at that as I collect. I have my grow bag here that I'm just going to put everything in, and then as I sort through that before I put it in our lawn and leaf bags to get collected, I'll see if any of these seeds are ready. So far, it's not looking like any of them are ready, but here's the second container, not as dried up. Yeah, it's too bad, but definitely not pretty enough to keep on the patio. There's a second one, but I've had a really good run with these, been cutting on them. Here's the third one. As you can see, they grew as tall as the obelisk and a little bit taller. And the ones that we're going to work on, was the really unique color, the mammoth mix that had some of the reds and combined. They seem to have crossbred with the purples and the reds together, something like this bloom, but definitely ready. It's not from lack of watering. They've been watered daily and harvested daily, so it's ready. So let's just set up the camera and start pulling these out and then see if we can plant something. I'm hoping a cloud comes over us. Not sure if it's easier to pull out the obelisk or just, we'll just sweep everything up. There's a few zip ties here where I tried to zip tie some of the vines, the sweet pea vines, onto the obelisk. So I'm just digging for some roots. We're supposed to get rain over the next couple days, but it seems to be expected in the evenings or super early mornings, which is nice. Then you're not losing your day. I also had some tulips in here, and it looks like there are some decent bulbs in here that I can't recall if they, yes, they did bloom, but I'm not going to, I don't know, let's leave them in as an experiment in the center and see if any bulbs come up, because they're not rotten. There might be some daffodils. They're definitely not rotten, which is surprising to me since I've been watering these containers daily. I had talked about early in the spring when I was planting or starting my seeds about how you can try to maintain your sweet peas longer in the season, and you can mulch to help keep them moist. But I don't think that I didn't do that this year. I think I just forgot, quite honestly. But I don't think it would have made a difference, honestly, just because I was keeping it moist daily, sometimes twice daily if it was dry. And I think it's just, in my area, in my zone 5B, Northern Illinois, it's just ready. So let's see how straight this is. And just position it a little bit. I think I want one Mandevilla here. Do you say Mandevilla or do you say Mandevilla? So I'm going to put one on each one because it will trail up. Put this potato vine facing the patio so you can see it. And so that's 3. And then I'm going to put one Dichondra Silver Falls up here That's 4. And another one over here. And that'll make 5. Actually, this is going to take over this one quadrant. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of sections. So I think that'll look nice. I picked up these Mandevillas. It's interesting. They were $6, close to $6, $5.84 at Walmart. And just a few feet away on the same table was, ooh, look how root bound they are. Well, not root bound, but very developed roots. They had probably 3 of these in a hanging pot, and they were selling them for, I think, $17 or $18. So I guess if you do the math, it's about the same, but then you're going to have to, you know, split them. But I thought these were a good deal because I only needed 2 per container. It's almost like a taproot, really thick root. I think I'm going to always give it a little top dressing of fresh soil, fresh potting mix. And that way too, these Dichondra silver falls sit a little bit tall and they can drape over. They're kind of a small plant, but I have them, the same ones I got at Lowe's for my urns out front at the front patio, and they've done really well. It was hard to find. They were also in the clearance section, and I would have bought a larger plant had I seen one, but I couldn't find one. I think the cloud's gone over because I feel a little bit of reprieve from the heat at this moment. So hopefully we can do all 3. There's the Raven sweet potato vine. Look at the roots. They're kind of pink, pinky purple. Very nice. Who knew the roots would be pink? And we all know that sweet potato vines are very aggressive. And being that these are proven winners, they should be a super healthy variety. In the past, I've had some, you know, bug issues, but I'm taking a chance. I think last year I had some out here for my summer containers, and they seem to do okay. So I don't really know if I want to put that one there. I think I'm just going to put it here beside the sweet potato vine because maybe on the other side here. Yeah, because I want a contrast of the dark with the silver, the dark purpley red with the silver. And we're really going to get, you know, maybe July, August, September, October, 4 months with this. So these are, you know, planted pretty full, but not as full as some gardeners do. I see them really planting up their containers really tightly, and then they get too overgrown, in my opinion. I don't want to have to come back and prune them too much. I want the sweet potato, oh sorry, the Mandevilla, I want it to climb up to here, and it should. But I think that's pretty nice. I'm going to go get some soil, top it up, put some slow release fertilizer. So I have my potting mix that I've shown before. It's pretty dry now, but it's got a lot of wood shavings in it, which I like because it just retains moisture in your containers. Actually, before I put this top dressing, I'm going to go ahead and add some of this fertilizer in here, nice in the first layer of the soil. That way we get some good penetration of the fertilizer before top dressing it. Let's move on to the next one. So I have my snips, and I'm going to see if I can salvage any blooms. It's just the vase I had in the kitchen. Really, really going to miss these. I absolutely love having a fresh bouquet. My mother-in-law's been here probably about 10 days now, and she's had a couple of nice small little posies in her bedroom, and we've had a couple like on the kitchen counter, and as I mentioned, I added them to the bouquets that went to Barb's. I'm just loosely putting them in there. Honestly, I don't think these are going to last. Don't think. There's maybe one here that looks pretty good. This one over here. As I can see, it's going to seed. There's a couple buds there that haven't opened, but we're going to just grab those just for nostalgia's sake. Those last three. Until next year. I am already drenched, FYI. Okay, so I got all three done. There's the first one. The Dichondra Silver Falls are kind of tiny right now, but I'm sure that they will grow quickly. Second one. And the last one. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video. It's a pretty hot day, so I'm heading inside to clean up, and my next video I'll probably be planting my second Princess Alexandra of Kent rose from David Austin. I'm planting it probably at the corner of the greenhouse. You might have caught a glimpse of that. And then I have more Munstead lavender to plant at the patio, at the front porch, actually. So thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.